Hey, good evening, everybody. This is um, this is the Sahuarita Tea Party weekly update, and my name is Don Woolley, and I'm going to talk to you about a couple things tonight. Thanks for joining us. Remember to subscribe to the Sahuarita Tea Party on YouTube, and click on the little bell, and that'll tell you whenever we're doing a live program. Although I try to notify you beforehand. Um, Usually Wednesday or Thursday night. We delayed it this week, Friday, because of all the impeachment, and I hate using that word. All of the inquiry nonsense, the coup in D.C. Where we go next, we'll see. Um, I'll talk about that after I address a topic for the state tonight, which is the request to speak system. And I don't know how many of you participate in the system, and whether you're computer folks or not. I'm sure anybody watching this on YouTube is certainly up to speed on computers and or on their phones. And the request to speak system is really it's really quite a unique system that the state has to allow you to track bills and then to put in your comments to them as these bills go through committees. And it's important that you do that. We've got to do a better job of getting our input into the system, so that these lawmakers that we have elected to go up to Phoenix and represent us at the state know what we want, what things we want to do, what things we don't want to do, so you can actually go in and give them your vote, a yay or nay on any bill you want to. So I think that's really a good thing. So I'm going to start. I'm going to put some slides up now, and we'll start going through these and talking about them. And so the Arizona Request to Speak system. What is the Request to Speak program? And I'll read you a little bit here. The Request to Speak program is designed to allow the public to register an opinion or on bills listed on agendas, and to request to speak on a bill in a committee. When I call up there and talk to the people up in Phoenix, particularly the admins that answer the phones for the representatives and the senators, they always tell me that, they're the ones that make up the agendas. So there's another kind of thing that's pretty neat. You can call them and say, hey, I'd like to see the bill on that agenda for that committee, and see if you can get it slipped on her. But anyway, let's go on here. After the initial setup at a kiosk, the Request to Speak program allows you to participate from your home or office. When the committee is in session, the committee members and the public will see a list of names of people who have registered an opinion. If you wish to speak or not, who you are representing, and comments you may leave in the comment box. So this information is also available if a person searches past committee agendas. Legislators will see your bill position throughout the process. So once you get it up there and you make comments on it, sometimes a bill might see more than one committee. So you can follow it through the entire process. When the legislature starts its next session in January 2020, they're going to have a lot of bills dropped that are being written right now. So they'll start showing up, and committees will start happening, and agendas will be published, and you'll be able to go in and see all that happening. Now, there's something I need to add to you about how to create an RTS, or Request to Speak account. Constituents are required to come to the Capitol the first time you use the RTS system. When you come to the Capitol, you can create an account and sign in on one of the kiosks in either the House or the Senate. Now, I want you to know, and I'm going to make a point of this. There's also a kiosk available in the Tucson office. They have a Tucson office, the legislature does, and it's down at 400 West Congress Street in Suite 201. They have a kiosk there, so you don't have to go all the way to Phoenix to get on a kiosk. You can actually sign up for the program on your computer and then go down and log in on the kiosk, and it activates it so that from that point forward, you'll be able to go in on your home computer and make comments, etc. Until you go to the kiosk, you won't be able to make any comments or vote for any bills or reject any bills. So if you create an account at home, you will only be able to use the bill status inquiry application to track activity on a bill, not register an opinion or create a request to speak until you come to the Capitol, or you go down to 400 West Congress Street here in Tucson and sign in on one of the kiosks. You only need to physically come to the Capitol once or go downtown once if you live near Tucson. So after that, everything can be done at home. So when you use the program, after the initial sign in on a kiosk, you can sign in from home and request to speak, register an opinion, leave a comment for the committee members. The process for creating the account is very simple and requires minimal information. So I want you to take note of that too. Click on the create an account, fill in the requested information, and then click on a create account, go to this link. So I've provided a link there that you can see on the screen, but if you it's https://apps.azleg.gov, and so when you get in there, you're going to see this screen, and up there at the top right hand side of that screen it says sign on. So you will click, if you've never been in the system before, you'll click on that sign on button, and that'll bring you to sign into your account or create an account, and you want to click on create an account. Once you have created an account, the next time you go in, you use the sign on function, go in the same way, and you'll be in the system. So what kind of information do you need to provide to them? Well, this is it. This is everything. You need to provide them with an email, your email, a password, confirm that password. It says it must be at least 6 characters long, so it's not a complicated, hard to remember password that you need to put in. And then your personal information. Well, that's only your first name and your last name. And once you do that, you're ready to go. And you log in after creating an account to make a new request at the Capitol or a kiosk, and log in, and you make a new request from here. To make a new request from home or work, log on to the following, and that's the same web address, https://apps.azleg.gov, Type in the email address and password associated with your account, and then click on sign on. So go back to this page here. This is what you'll get once you've created an account. Put in your email and your password. And once you put in your password, if you're using Google Chrome or a lot of other browsers, they remember your passwords for you. So it's a one-time deal. And then after you get past this point, it says you don't have to come I'm sorry. You don't have an account. You must come to the Capitol the first time to log into the RTS kiosks. After that, you can do it from home or from your office. Well, like I told you, you create your account and you'll be logged in, but you can't make comments, opinions, or vote on bills. You can only track bills. So that's when you want to go to the kiosk up in Tucson and log in up there. And then from that point forward, you'll be able to get in and do everything you want in the system from home or anywhere else. And So here's kind of the page what it looks. Once you get into the program and you're logged in, you'll see it has you get two choices. You get request to speak, or you can make an inquiry, a bill inquiry. So either one is, whatever you want to do. You can track down bills, find out what committees they're in, learn about the committees, who's on the committees. They actually have copies of the bill in PDF that you can go actually read the bills. And so it's really a pretty neat system, and I encourage all of you to sign up for this system and get your name in there. Again, minimal information, and we'd love you all to be able to go in and log into the system and give them your yay or nay on bills, and why you say you like the bill or you're for it, why you say you're against a bill, and it's important. Believe me, a lot of lobbyists and a lot of leftist libs, Dems use this system, and they inundate it when some bill comes up, especially the lobbyists. They're really good at going in and kind of dominating the scene. So I found that's true with some of the HOA bills that trying to curb some of the things the HOAs do. We tried to help that last year, and boy, you go in there and you can see how the lobbyists and the rest of them get in there and make their comments. And so it would be a good thing if you could participate. It doesn't cost anything. There's no cost to you. Sign in, create your account, run down to the kiosk in Tucson, log in one time, take a few minutes, go in the middle of the day, and when it's not busy down there, and then run back home. And from that point on, you're set, and you're set forever, as far as I know. We've been in the system more than 3 years, and even when they updated it and changed some things, we remained in the system, and we use it every year. So that's the story, the request to speak system. And I have this on a PowerPoint presentation for anybody that wants a copy of it. You can send an email to the Sahuarita Tea Party at gmail.com, and I'll send you a copy. We're also going to present this to the Republican Club at the December 5th meeting. So there's a meeting on December 5th at Friends Indeed where they're going to vote on new officers, etc. But we're going to give you this little pitch then, and we're also going to talk about it at the next LD2 meeting in December. So anyway, get signed up, get into the system, and get going with it. And again, I encourage you guys to participate. So it's about 5:20 right now, and I'm going to take a little break, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll start talking about the inquiry, the coup, whatever's going on in Washington, D.C., whatever you want to call it. It's really something. I have to confess to you, Patty and I have not watched any of it on television, but we certainly have followed it all along on Twitter from all the Republican representatives, and their questions, some of the stars like Jim Jordan and Andy Biggs and Mark Meadows, and of course Jim is right in there on the committee straightening people out every day. And so I have some comments in a letter that we got from Jenny Beth Martin this morning from the Tea Party Patriots about kind of summing up the week. So I'm going to read that to you. And anyway, I hope you're all having a good week. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes. And so just stand by. Thanks. Hey everybody, we're back here, and we get to talk about our favorite little subject, I guess. The hearings that have been going on all week, the inquiry, as some people call it. Others more knowledgeable and up to speed call it the coup, and which is exactly what it is. It's a coup. And I'm going to give you my theory about where we're going from here. After going through all of the information this week that the Tea Party Patriots have processed and sent on to us, and we've tried to get that to you, most of you folks. We also sent you information about how to sign on to their team to fight for Trump. And here's my theory. I don't think we've heard anything. Matter of fact, I'm absolutely positive that there's been no evidence presented by anyone that they would go forward with and actually try to take this to the Senate. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to try to vote on it, and I don't know when they'll vote on it. And I have my real doubts that anything will pass. And then they'll turn around and tell their constituents, well, we tried, we did our best, we did everything we could, kind of save face in front of their constituents and make sure their constituents will stand by them and stay with them. And then then we'll go on from there. And Trump will be president. Trump's going to be your president. He's going to serve his whole first term. He's also going to be reelected. This impeachment thing that the Democrats have been focused on is really going to hurt them in the House. Convinced of that. Every one of the districts that Trump won, that a Democrat got elected in, they're all going to be, they're all going to be up for play. And of course, it's going to take good candidates. But if we have the right candidates. And by the way, we're putting together, we're assembling a list of new candidates and candidates that that we understand the Republicans are pushing in some districts. We're trying to put that whole list together and to share with everybody so that you kind of know what's going on there. We're getting names, a lot of names, a lot of military people are running. We've seen a lot of females and males. There's a lady running now for the Senate in New Mexico, the U.S. Senate, that's a Hispanic. I think her name is Elisa Martinez, something like that. Anyway, she's got a good chance of winning. And so I like, especially if people, if these candidates will, if they be pro-Trump, and get Trump's voice behind them, they got a good chance of winning. And I think that's, I really believe that's the key to Martha McSally's race up in Maricopa County. If she comes out pro-Trump, if she would just start defending the president against this nonsense, she can win Maricopa County. She doesn't have to worry about Pima County. She needs to worry about. She'll get the votes in Cochise County, which will kind of nullify out the CD2 vote and the Pima County vote. But if she wins Maricopa County, she'll win the entire state. So why she doesn't focus on doing that, I don't know. It's like she's running a CD2 campaign for across the state, which is a mistake in our view. But anyway. So the impeachment thing, let's go on to, I want to read Jenny Beth Martin's email that we got today, which kind of sums up, she says this kind of sums up the week. And if you bear with me here, I'll bring it up on my phone. And here's what she said. November 21st, 2019, subject, lessons and messages from the week about impeachment. Not really impeachment, inquiry, whatever you want to call it. But over this long week of hearings, we learned that the facts haven't changed and that there is still no evidence of any wrongdoing by President Trump. The four main takeaways from the hearings this week are: first, nothing wrong. The only thing the open hearings accomplished was showing the American people that the president did nothing wrong. Second, there's no evidence. After countless hours wasted on these hearings, Democrats still have zero evidence of wrongdoing by the president. Third, no quid pro quo. No matter what focus groups tell Democrats to call it, no one can produce any evidence of any quid pro quo tied to the president because it doesn't exist. Number four, just hearsay. Many of the Democrats' witnesses have never even talked to the president about Ukraine or had no direct knowledge of the events at hand. Democrats refuse to do the work of the people in order to try to overturn an election by the people. They've got nothing. It is time to stop wasting time and work with President Trump to keep our economy strong and our nation safe. Democrats can't compete with the president's accomplishments and growing economy, low unemployment, so they have chosen to continue their endless campaign to overturn the 2016 election rather than work with the president to maintain a strong economy. Keep unemployment low, create jobs, reduce harmful regulations, lower health care costs, secure our borders, build the wall, negotiate fair trade deals that benefit American workers. She recommends that if you're on Twitter, if you use Twitter, we've been tweeting like crazy all week. But if you tweet, make sure you use these two hashtags. First one is hashtag, which is a number sign. Hashtag means a number sign, no evidence, capital N, capital E, no evidence. Hashtag no evidence. And the second hashtag is Dems got nothing. Hashtag Dems, capital D, Dems, capital G, got, capital N, nothing. Dems got nothing. So those two hashtags. You know, once you get a bunch of hashtags up, that'll start trending on Twitter, and then people will start looking at those and see what people are talking about. So, and if you haven't yet signed up for our Trump Defense Team / Fight Impeachment Now coalition emails, sign up through this form. And it's a long form that I've included in the emails to you folks. And if you go to that link, you can sign up, fill in the form, and you'll get all those daily updates and real facts, messaging, etc., and action items. She says you will receive daily email updates with real facts, messaging, action items, and more to fight against this sham impeachment. And she signed it in Liberty, Jenny Beth Martin. So Jenny Beth's just done a great job, and the whole Tea Party Patriots team has done a great job helping President Trump fight all this nonsense. Now, I have to say I compliment the Republicans in the House, the ones that have been in the hearings. I think Representative Ratcliffe is one. Representative Jordan, Jim Jordan, he's done a great job. Lee Zeldin has done a good job. And there's another one in there, and there's a gal that's really done a good job too. That she's from New York, and she's young, but she's really been in there helping fight, calling these witnesses out for their testimony and their gaps and their memories. And you know, I never thought I'd see the day when someone would actually testify that they overheard somebody else's phone call and we're using that as factual evidence in anything. You know, I mean, give me a break. Who are they talking to? They don't know. What did the other person say? They don't know. So, you know, it's pretty amazing stuff. And these diplomats, you talk about a class of people that thinks they think they're gifted, and they think they're owed something by somebody. You know, it's okay to serve your country, and that's great. I served my country in the military, but you know, you don't get any special treatment for it. You just do it, okay? And you take an oath to do it. and stand by your oath and do the right things, be ethical, work hard, don't break the rules, and listen to your president. He's your commander-in-chief. It's just amazing me. These people take it upon themselves. They think they can establish our diplomatic positions in any country, and not the president's. It doesn't work that way. Diplomats are the representative of the president in those countries, and if you don't want to work for President Trump, get out, right? Just get the hell out of there, as I've heard some people saying, like Lou Dobbs. Lou, he gets going on his show, and so, quote, what the hell is going on, and that kind of stuff. Anyway, I don't have too much more. It was a quiet day on the Twitter front as far as all this nonsense in D.C. goes, and I'm sure all these guys are jumping on an airplane today and getting out of Dodge. So, and Thanksgiving next week, I don't know when they're going to do anything, if they're really going to do anything. So I'm just convinced that they know that they've lost this battle, and they're going to try to put the best face on it they can, and they'll defend it and tell their constituents they did the best they could, and we did everything we could, and blah blah blah, But hey, when you haven't got anything, you got nothing, right? Dems got nothing, and no evidence. That's what we've got out of this week. So anyway, I'd like to share more with you guys, but I don't want to bore you. If you trust President Trump, let's stick with him, stay behind him. We haven't changed our view on him one iota. We are very proud that we voted for him, and I think you're going to find out that 63 million that voted for him are going to vote for him again, plus more. So. He's a little rough around the edges, but we're all rough around the edges. It just doesn't bother Patty and I. It really doesn't. And why people make such a big deal about it, I just don't get it. We needed somebody to really start standing tall and doing things and taking tough stances for a long time. So those are all good things. Who doesn't want a good economy? Who doesn't want a job? Well, I know I can answer that question. I can tell you who doesn't want a job, but too bad. We all go to work and earn our keep, and get the things we want to have, and that's how you do it. You're not going to have everything given to you. That's a fantasy world. Who wants to be part of that? I don't know. I left home when I was 18 years old and went to college, and really never looked back. I sort of blazed my own trail and went to places I wanted to, work for who I wanted to, and spent time in the military, went back to school after that, and went to work in the aerospace industry for almost 40 years, and loved every minute of it. So it's like I said, everybody blazes their own trail, and my son and daughter are off doing their thing now, and son's in construction, and my daughter is managing a big hospital group over in Colorado and some other states, director of hospitals. So she's doing great. My son's doing great. So I'm really proud of them both. And Patty's daughter is a registered nurse and taking care of people up in Tucson, and she's doing great too. So you just press on. But trust me, we're big Trump folks. We love President Trump, and watch every rally. We're going to keep on watching every rally, and we'll see where all this goes. I could be dead wrong, but I could be dead right. So I'm out there with my view, and I think it's all going to fall apart. I just can't believe that they would that this would ever even get to the Senate, and I just won't believe that Mitch McConnell is dumb enough to accept this nonsense in the Senate. You know, you just take it and throw it in the drawer. I mean, please. You know, I'm sure there's some squealing, mealy-mouthed senators that, you know, like Mitt Romney, that probably think there's something there to worry about. But he hasn't been an ally of Trump, even though Trump endorsed him and blah blah blah. He's just not an ally of Trump, so we can't depend on him for a vote, and which is unfortunate. But I just don't think this is going to get into the Senate. So anyway, God bless you all. Thanks for watching tonight. We're gonna tune out here now, and I hope we see you next week. I'm going to contact Dr. Sheila Brantley again and see if we can get her back on. She wants to come back on, talk about election fraud, and we're looking at a few more people. So bear with us. We're doing the best we can. Sometimes we have technical difficulties, and I apologize for that. We can't control the internet, bandwidth, and those kind of things. Sometimes when you're doing Skype calls, the connection isn't that great, and there's some echo, and well, we're doing the best we can and trying to iron those things out. So, hey, we love you all, and you keep watching, and we'll see you next week. Probably next Wednesday night, since Thanksgiving is Thursday. We'll have a show Wednesday night, and then and I can wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. And again, I salute all you veterans. I hope you had a great Veterans Day, and take care of yourselves. Be safe. God bless you all, and see you next Wednesday. Good night.